What's going on, guys? Welcome
Hello.
to Autumn is a Ghost in the Living Room.
I am.
First off, before I start the stream, Catherine, shout out to you. Shout out to Weaver. What's going on, Weaver? Let's give it applause. Shout out
Round
Weaver
of
Beats.
applause.
Weaver creating apparently a lot of discourse according to certain people. But you know what? We're here to talk about today. Now, Autumn is here, but she will be on eventually.
Yeah, I'll be on eventually.
Don't worry.
I actually might be back maybe like in, honestly, I think I'll be back in like maybe 20 minutes, if that's okay.
You want me to do that?
I think I'm gonna do that, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Go, go,
Just so
go.
I could, yeah, okay.
Okay. Guys, it's me again. It's me, your friend. You love me. Dang. Well, used to be good on my own. Anyways, so on today's stream, I wanted to talk about being unbothered. To fill everyone in, there is no good news this week. There's only bad news. And apparently the bad news is the synth community is toxic. And you know what? You know what's interesting? Everybody in this chat is part of the synth community, right? I think everyone here is a producer, an artist, just a tweaker of knobs, right? And I really wanted to kind of dive in to the idea that everything is essentially crappy people exist. Therefore, those crappy people will also exist within many communities. And want to give a shout out real quick to Julian. What's up, Malice Coltrane? Yes, it is. The bad news is that you're on fire. So if it's just about the synth community, I'd say that's good news. Yes. And it is all Weaver's fault, of course. But what isn't? What's going on? What's going on, Dots? What's going on? What's going on, Viral? What's going on? So I think the reason why I wanted to do this stream is I do see a lot of people, and I'm going to include, backstory. Earlier or late last week, a video was made by a channel called Scott's Synth Stuff. Scott's Synth Stuff is a small channel that's about Scott's synth things. And the video was regarding some information that was a half-truth. And Scott stated that a video that Audio Pills, everyone knows Audio Pills, put up was taken down by the company for reasons that were not accurate to the actual reason. And here's the thing. I don't watch Scott Synth Stuff. I don't watch Audio Pills. But the video that Scott made had close to 100,000 views in 24 hours. And if anyone knows, getting 100,000 views on any video in general is a very large thing. Getting 100,000 views in 24 hours tells you that something is very problematic about what's going to happen with the people. I wouldn't want to get a video that had 100,000 views in 24 hours. There is no part of me that would want that, because I know the types of, that's a video that spreads much larger than your community, right? So anyways, Scott's video after 24 hours was, it was just so many bad things that were within the video in terms of information, that it caused a lot of bad things to happen to him, up into getting essentially text messages from random people sending hate to him. And I think that that's absolutely ridiculous. I don't, that's just way too far. But also, I'm not going to harp on that because everyone knows that that's way too far. And so I wanted to talk about some real solutions, because I think most people know that Autumn and I, we're pretty much unbothered, okay? We would never wish for anyone to make a video and to be attacked for making mistakes. I think the issue is the video wasn't just incorrect or partial information. It's that he was so, I'll say, passionate about he was so passionate about the half information, making the video even more sort of inflammatory. The thing is, I couldn't care less about a video about gear, or especially companies. I think the big issue, in my opinion, is all of this. I hate to say this because I feel like people think something that is not actually true. There was a period of time in my life where I cared a lot about synthesizers. Here's why I say it's an unhealthy point. I think I mentioned this earlier last year around this time, sometime around January or February. I saw Mark Doty at NAMM 2024. And at NAMM 2024, I apologized to Mark Doty for a comment that I made on his channel sometime in 2015. It was a comment regarding some BS stuff about his video on the Prophet 6. Ever since then, so probably since like 2016, I have not cared almost at all about like music equipment, synthesizers, in like an emotional way. It's all fun. It's all a skit. It's all like I just wanted to make music, and I'm seeing that there's so much. It's okay to not care that much, right? Nobody was harmed by making a mistake in a video about gear, other than maybe Teenage Engineering themselves, right? I admit that caring about gear as much as I did in 2015, and probably from like 2012 to 2015, was a huge mistake. I didn't make a ton of music between 2012 and 2015, to be fully honest. I had just gotten out of like a band with like a friend or producing, and I got dipped into like mad amounts of just reading about gear and buying gear and then selling the gear and then buying more gear. It was like, yeah, it was really unhealthy. And what I see right now is a lot of people, and there's going to be people who are going to see this who are, I consider them friends or whatever of mine. People just care so much about a company like a Teenage Engineering. Either they love them or they hate them, or a Behringer, all of the stuff, and y'all know how I feel about this. The biggest video on my channel is a Behringer video, but I could care less. I'm unbothered by Behringer. I just don't. It's as if it's like me getting bothered by Pepsi or Coke. How? I am as far from Behringer. I've bought more Pepsis and Cokes in my life than I've ever bought Moogs or Sequentials or Korgs. I'm sorry I'm going on about this. But it's okay to just not care. It will leave you unbothered. And I think it will bring people to a more understanding place of that. In the world we live in, almost nothing is objectively terrible. In the synth world, in the camera world, almost nothing is objectively terrible. And yelling and screaming and all of that, like, I think most people forget. Who says I'm bothered? And here's the thing. I think, and I want to go on this topic of people get mad at Weaver Beats, or people don't like Weaver Beats or drama channels. Scott, I was watching Weaver's live stream today, and people were so mad about Weaver being negative. Here's the thing. I think that just like anything, celebrity gossip is entertaining. People want to, here are the fires in California, right? Nobody's really covering a ton of the regular people. They're all talking about the celebrities, right? So in a sense, Weaver is entertainment. And I think I know Weaver personally. Weaver, I don't think, cares as much as he is providing, in a sense, like a service. I'm going to try to say a service, right? YouTube doesn't really need any more people telling other people how great products are. There's a ton of essentially infomercials that are disguised as reviews. I'm feeling very confident and honest here. And, I just don't think that is really what anyone wants to have. I honestly don't think. I honestly don't think people want to be pandered to or sold to in the disguise or the guise of reviews and honesty. And I think a lot of the backlash that Scott received was, in a sense, in response to people finding a way to be frustrated at a person who finally sort of, like, I don't know. It went very left because they found like a crack in like something, you know what I'm saying? And he was very passionate. So it felt like a piling on. I don't know. There's a lot of push to be provocative. I do. Raul, hello. I want to talk about this really quick. I've sort of lost a lot of, I've lost a lot of love for content creators over the last year. I feel like I have further and further tried to remove myself from videos like, quote, Espencraft's scam videos, his initial like, oh, it's a VST in a box. And then to add on top of that, he makes a video about that his sequential Prophet X has a motherboard in it. And it's so bad to have a motherboard. And it just feels so opportunistic about things that that I thought everyone knew. It feels so strange that like I am not some person who cares about this stuff heavily. What's going on, Tony? Sunset Fire is not. It's probably the closest to me, but it's kind of small. You're in Pasadena. Oh crap, Tony! Did you have to evacuate? I think you're probably far enough south, but jeez. Damn, I forgot, Tony. Text me. Let me know what's up. All right. So anyway, I mean, the reason why Autumn and I do this podcast stream, the reason why I even wanted Autumn was because of all the people. Autumn is the least content I know that's going to sound weird. Autumn is the least content creator-y person of all the content creators I know. And that's why she's the co-host of the stream. I don't care about getting larger or more subscribers. I don't care to put out provocative videos about the synth community is toxic, or, I just am unbothered. I'm making music. I don't care. I had to be that way because if not, I'd be sitting around making videos about why things are so bad. Autumn is all about those spicy hot takes. Damn, Tony had no power for 2 days. Wow. Anyways, so I wanted to offer on a positive note as we get to the middle part of the stream, have Autumn and I offer some interesting things that we have sort of developed to become unbothered about the internet. And the whole whatever synth thing is. I think I will, I put it on Twitter that I'm giving my synth YouTube card back. And yes, I continue with that in this stream. I'm just not going to do. I haven't been interested in a lot of what I would consider like selling to people for a long time. It's just not where I'm at. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of weird stuff. Mouse Country said meditation stream. I've been mulling over the idea of how to make a very cool long form synthesizer with like, sort of like sound bath, sort of a video like that, thinking about how to do that. All of these things take some time. But I want to see what you guys are saying. What's up, Overlander? How are you? Overlander says, I just stopped watching reviews and go to overview tutorials without opinions on the gear. Just show me what it does and how to dive deep if I like what it does. Shout out to Overlander, king of the subharmonicon and friend. Love Overlander. And yes, it's weird. I mean, I watch videos because they're my friends. I love Bo Beats, Red Beans Recording, Andrew. I realized that a very long time ago, like years ago, I am experiencing the synth community or the synth world through these live streams. I go and I look up stuff, but like everyone I watch that does synthesizers, I'm watching you because you're my friend. I don't care about a synthesizer to save my life. I know I have 2 synthesizers behind me, but like I've been working on this new record, right? And yes, of course, I always use the Sub 37, but I use the Walder Quantum on a lot of stuff. I mean, the whole new record, most of it was done literally on a laptop with my Arturia Mini Lab 3 or whatever the heck that's called. So anyway, the same way as Autumn will be back in 2 minutes, everyone. That means that you won't have to listen to me anymore. Let's go. Yeah. The thing is, it's just like this. And I think this is the best explainer. When I was making Eurorack videos, as soon as I stopped using Eurorack like heavily or whatever, I stopped making videos. And the same thing is kind of, it's all making sense now in the world of like synthesizers for me. Yes, of course I use synthesizers in my music, but in relation to the amount of other stuff that I use, or just videos about stories and stuff that I want to make, I mean, the next video is not about gear really at all. A lot of the OGs kind of just left that, and I'm with them, right? Like Ben Jordan really doesn't make gear video stuff or stuff, he's doing story videos, or even Jeremy, Red Means Recording. I mean, he really went in a very different direction. I think like a lot of the OGs, it's just where we're at. Ian XYZ says VST. That's right. I use a lot of VSTs. Sorry, how dare you? What's up, D-Rail? What's up? What's up, D-Rail? Hey, everyone. It's been a while since I could tune in. Hope y'all are having a good night. Thank you so much. Thank you. Overlander says, I just want more great synth mysteries. You know what? Me too. Me too. Me too. I just feel like I don't know how I top like the Lindrum 2. That was such a fun video to make. Also, shout out to see, here's the thing. I know people get mad at Teenage Engineering and all this and all these companies. I have to give a shout out to Roger Lynn. I used so much of his copywritten stuff in that video. He could have easily made me take the video down, but he didn't. I think creatives want people to create. But Autumn, are you good? All right. Welcome back in, my better half, Autumn. Gard. Unmute yourself.
Dude, I was trying to get my freaking like my actual camera set up, like my.
Let's go.
But it's okay. I'm just gonna use the phone for now. But we're all good. Baby G's got his daddy G. So.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah. So back.
So. Derail, thank you. I dig the more story format people are making or breaking down patterns and stuff like that Alex Ball does. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Like Alex Ball is a perfect example of he is, even though I don't really watch his videos as much when it's super gear focused, he always seems to wrap in a story. Alex Ball is he's my favorite. He's probably up there. He's definitely up there. I mean, he has some legacy videos that are just so good. I mean, even like 101 things. Jeez, so many. But anyways, first thing I was going to say is hopefully as we can add some tips to those people who feel like it's mad toxic. I would say first and foremost for my YouTube friends and people I have talked to or in passing. So these are people like Well, he has a new channel, but he used to go by Miles Away. He has a second channel now. So, I think, the more you get into the idea of like gear, the more that like you realize that there's a lot of people who have a lot of emotional attachment to things. And I think, and I know it's going to sound just going to sound weird, but I think that typically you would call someone who has heavy attachment to things, you'd call that person superficial, right? In quotes. So the more you talk about superficial things, the more you're going to get superficial people coming into your space.
Okay, so just for those of us that did not see the video, I'm sure you talked a little bit about it, mm-hmm. But and so this is a smaller YouTuber, right? That
yes,
a smaller Scott. YouTuber. Like how many subscribers are we talking?
Scott has like maybe 20,000.
Okay. And this is kind of like his biggest YouTube video, or?
Oh, by far. I mean, he's had 1 million view videos, but those were over a decade old, and they weren't even on anything music related.
So that's pretty rough for your
25K.
Like one of your first like super viral videos.
Oh yeah.
Being, attracting so much negative attention. So it essentially kind of made him just go like, screw this, like I'm not doing this anymore.
Yes, yeah. Yeah. I believe it had to do with where it got to, meaning maybe if it had just been siloed to his comment section or whatever social media he has, but he stated that someone had gotten all the way to writing him a text message on his phone. So
I mean that is like scary. And,
of course.
I think hasn't that happened? That's happened to like a few people. I want to say that's probably happened to Weaver as well, right?
Yeah, Weaver definitely can bring in that type of a person who's that passionate in the wrong way. Yes.
It's just, I don't know. It's kind of scary how that can happen, and it's like kind of no matter how private you are, like was he using his real name?
I don't know if his name is Scott, but I assume.
I mean, understandably so. Like, there's only so much there's only so much someone is willing to take before they decide, is it really worth, like, is being online really worth, like, all the BS that it comes with? Because it can come with, like, a lot of, like, weird, kind of scary things.
Oh, absolutely. I think that, you and I are fairly private, whether it's we don't have our real names out there or whatever it is. I think that, like, if you're going to not want to do, like, I always think of maybe myself in this way of, like, I constantly just don't make videos. Essentially, I quit whenever I feel like quitting, right? But I think that if something's really bothering you that much, you don't need to tell people you quit. You don't need to tell people you're leaving. It's sort of, you would just action it, right? You haven't quit. Yeah, Autumn, you haven't quit YouTube. But I also don't really assume you would make a huge, like, drum roll, please, I'm quitting video.
No,
if
absolutely
and when
not.
that time
came. I mean, I know why people do it. Like, it gets views. I mean, I get it, but it's just not something that I personally would do.
Yeah, it seems as if it's a weird way to say, I don't want any of the attention or to do this anymore, but I'm going to do the thing that's going to cause probably the most attention. In a sense, when you make an I quit video, everyone knows, no one's new to this. It is it brings eyeballs. That's just how it is.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think Scott has all the right in the world to quit or do whatever it is, whatever he wants to do. Right. I don't wade in the waters of stupid Behringer things, stupid teenage engineering things. I've never made a video about a teenage engineering thing in my entire... I wonder sometimes why, like, I think people... I'm confused sometimes. I'm really confused a lot of times about the whole content creator thing. I just want people to enjoy it if they enjoy it. But if they don't enjoy it, the complaining about it, the internet's too big.
Yeah. No, totally. Hey, I'm going to come right back in. I'm just using my actual computer because it's...
Of course. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Analog Weapon says, "What's up, Analog Weapon? I like your. I really like your picture. I like that. People who aren't known for doing a thing should report that they're not starting to do it. People who aren't known for doing a thing should report that they're not starting to do it. Yes. I'd like to announce my retirement from women's professional lacrosse." Whatever you say to somebody, voice. Halcyon Drone, what's going on? I will lore dump. Sorry. So here we go. Someone made a video. The video had some incorrect, half-truths, missing information. I don't care. Problem is that video got close to 100,000 views in less than 24 hours-ish in the synth community. That video is one of being as though that trajectory, like, I don't think people understand. Making a video about synth related things and it getting close to 100,000 views in 24 hours puts it in like the upper echelon of 0.00x%. That's one of the largest synth related videos of all time. I don't think anyone, I couldn't believe it. But it got really hated. People like me who are unbothered. I was just like, wow, that's a lot of views. Good for Scott. I told Synth Samurai, I said, good for Scott. That's a lot of views. He deserves some cool views. You know what I'm saying? But people went to the point of finding his phone number and texting him negative things, and he decided to leave, as he should have. You know, if you don't like that whole thing. Welcome back, Autumn.
Okay, finally. Oh my god.
Oh, he sounds so good.
I know.
Weaver Beat says, I think I had one video go that big in that time. Oh yeah, that Palace stealing beats video. Yeah. I mean, Weaver knows if you get that many views on a video, it is an entirely different. Not everybody wants that. I don't think. I was talking to Autumn before the stream. If I got 100,000 views on a video and it wasn't a positive thing, I would probably leave. It's just who wants that?
It's so weird, you know, because I mean, we've talked about this actually. I remember we talked about this after the that show we went to.
Yeah.
How it's like we enjoy creating videos, but then there's the idea of we keep doing this, you're gonna keep growing, which then attracts, like, you know, crap. It's kind of like a weird thing of like that. I know for me that's something that I've kind of, I don't know. It for a while it kind of did make me not want to make videos. Now I'm different story. Now I'm just like I don't really have time. But
well, you're almost about to 10,000 subscribers.
Dude, which is so weird because it's so funny because I like okay, I'm turning my volume up.
Oh yeah.
But
thanks, Ian.
Oh, I don't even remember what I was saying. I have mom brain. By the way.
Oh, the subscriber count.
Weird camera. Oh yeah, it's so strange because I don't really post. I haven't posted in like 2 years. My camera is weird, by the way. I have a GoPro camera, so it's like it looks freaking odd. I don't think I'm gonna use this again. It's just like it looks so odd. I look so washed
I
out.
think it's you.
It looks so weird. I don't like it. Anyway, I don't know. You really open yourself up to different energy, you know, different like vibes. And if you want to protect your, you know, how you feel, then it makes sense to not post or whatever. But then there's that part of me of like when I first started, you look like you're in a post. Catherine. Dude, I know.
Wait.
But here's the thing. Oh my gosh. But here's the thing. There comes when you first start posting, you usually like really don't care. You
Yeah.
know? Like you really don't care. And I like go back to that place sometimes. Like it Autumn has some crazy skin. Dude, I don't know what is happening here. Let me see if there's no skin smoothing. Hold on. It's
not even a skin smoothing, like a entire essence smoothing.
There is.
Essence
It was
smoothing.
like on the lowest setting. Okay, now it's like completely turned off. I don't know. It's just,
looks exactly the same.
It's the camera. It's the camera, I'm telling you.
She doesn't crack, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my goodness.
Younger than ever. Autumn had some work done.
Dude.
The last 20 minutes.
Oh my gosh. No. I mean, but at the same time, so it's like, it's kind of a weird thing because I feel as though when you put yourself on camera, you go through phases of where you really don't care and you'll just do whatever. You know, whatever you feel like doing. And then there's times where it kind of just like, I don't know, for whatever reason, someone says something. It's just like, it's always like just one comment that says something that like maybe you actually feel like a type of way about, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was gonna read something that Mackie said. I mean, I heard this on a video, that Bad Gear was charging for access to the reason the vid was taken down. I feel, here's the thing. I saw it for free on his Patreon, so I'm not sure if it's hidden behind a paywall, but I don't have a Patreon or any way of
That's so
funding
weird
this.
That's so strange that like somebody's like trying to monetize off of it. It's so weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure how. Weaverbeat said I had to pay.
Wait, you actually paid for it?
I mean, I think it's like $1, $5 or
Oh,
something.
okay, not bad. Okay, that's
Only
not bad at all.
$1.50. I mean, here's the thing. Audio Pills and I here's my thing. Here's what I always said. When the Audio Pills channel started going with the Bad Gear, it felt very much like, it's in a sense, not as maybe, trying to do different angles and scenes and making it as much of like an angry video game nerd of synth thing, but Audio Pill started rolling, and he sort of, in my opinion, became me, where it wasn't serious about the gear. He's doing gear that's not new, and that's how I was, from the beginning. It felt like, for me, he took over the thing that I was kind of tired of doing anyway, right? Which was a shtick, right? I didn't want to do a shtick, right? I wanted to do it once a year when it was fun and I was really inspired and I had things.
Right.
I don't want to do a shtick every week. He does a shtick. Good. I don't have to do that anymore. Nobody has to say, please, more 1-minute synthesizer reviews. We love it. I don't want to do that. Okay? So Florian is allowed to paywall or whatever he wants to do with stuff. But I don't dislike Florian or anything. I genuinely just don't. I want to care as much as these people care, Autumn. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. I sometimes am just confused. Sorry for the
Like
monster truck that's driving by.
When you say you want to care, you're saying like you want to.
I rack my brain of how people care this much about things that are so far away from them.
But that's the thing. It's you have to kind of picture this person, like the type of person that would care, the type of person that would go out of their way to do some weird stuff to, you know what I mean?
Like I guess I've always just accepted like unhinged people exist.
Yeah, it's so weird. I mean, if you
funny.
think about it this way, I mean, I remember hearing in the news some guy killed like a whole family over a parking spot, dude.
Oh yes,
Over a
thank
parking
you.
spot.
That's a perfect example. It's whatever the rage or the passion for it is totally disconnected from what actually happened.
Right.
Like imagine someone making a video with mistakes about a company, and the company also doesn't care about you at all. Like no one at the company knows you.
Yep.
They don't care. And you say, I want to find out this guy's phone number, which isn't probably super hard, but I'm going to go through enough hoops to possibly find this person's phone number and text them something negative. That's such a long trip.
It's weird. I mean, the type of person that would just I would hope that they're not like a parent, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, it's just weird, but when you consider that there's people that just do even crazier stuff that like go to jail for like the dumbest thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it makes
Weaver
sense
Beat
that there
says,
would be, oh,
I may sound insane, but I doubt the validity. I would never want to. I first off, when Scott made the video, I made a check making sure it wasn't April 1st. So April Fool's Day, because the video is so it's an interesting video. So I don't think, lying about getting doxxed is, who does that, I guess maybe it helps the person who lies about it. I'm going to believe Scott because I don't know him. So I don't want to be a skeptic of a person I don't know at all. But I'll just say, I hope it was a joke by the person who went through those hoops. But my thing is this: who would go through hoops for a joke? That seems even more far away from what happened.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That is crazy, and man, people can be relentless. I remember seeing this. They weren't in the synth tuber space, but they were these like, I don't know. I want to say they were like lifestyle YouTubers, and they were getting like they would get a new number, and then this person would hack into like their, or they would get their new number and start texting them through that new number. And so every time they got a new number, like they would still get text messages. Like people get obsessed. It's weird. They feel like they know you, and I mean it's just crazy people.
Yeah. Aquatic Boreal says, has anyone talked to Scott? I thought about it, but I've never interacted with Scott's channel at all. So it would seem, here's what I didn't want it to seem like. I didn't want to seem like, SynthTuber is trying to come through and be like the voice of, reason. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be like, ooh, let me give you some advice, like what to do.
Right. So
he'll tell us when he wants to do things. He's still active.
Can you say the channel again, Scott?
Scott's Synth Stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I see his video. Okay. See, I kind of wish I would have
Like,
seen this before.
You see how many views that video has?
Oh yeah. So he
how many?
So that one has 71K.
71,000. Like Autumn, how many 71,000 views have you had? I've had a lot, but 71,000 is still a lot. Like,
I mean,
so
for a channel his size, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's like a new top comment. It says, the fact that you updated the video to correct your misinformation shows your character. I enjoy your content and hope you return soon. And that's the top comment.
Yeah, I mean,
So he had misinformation. I mean, but still, to care about that so much, like,
I just,
like for somebody to be so mad about.
but I think it was the perfect storm. Like, I think newsflash, everyone, me, the person who doesn't care very much. I guarantee I have tons of misinformation in my videos. But I'm not, I think people realize I'm not passionate. I mean, I am passionate about it, but I'm passionate about telling a story or something. And it's not connected at all to like a brand or a company. And I think it was the perfect storm. He made a video super passionately with missing information about a company that not just lovers are a big fanboy of, but there's also mad amount of haters for teenage engineering. There's too much love and hate around Behringer, teenage engineering. It's just it's ridiculous.
It's crazy. So obviously I didn't see this video. Was there? You saw it?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so did you feel as though there was intent to deceive, or it was like kind of like honest mistake? I don't know what the video said, but like hey, like there was some things that were missed, but it didn't seem intentional, or did it seem like an intentional kind of like?
It was just I can see how Scott got to where he got, and how, in my opinion, it should have just stayed. Oh man, okay. So Autumn, let me travel back a little further and how you can maybe understand how all this is just too much. Audio Pills made a post somewhere. I think it was on Patreon or it was a YouTube channel. I think I'm subscribed, but whatever. Somehow the information about him getting copyright struck by Teenage Engineering, which was accurate, was placed somewhere where Scott frequents so he can read it, right? So he probably went to a forum, this is what I assume. So he's reading this and he's thinking, that sucks. But he thinks it's for a reason that it's not for. But that's because the real reason is hidden somewhere down in, I think, Audio Pills Patreon. I'm hoping I'm getting this right. So Scott makes a video because he's very passionate about the copywriting of things. So the problem was the platform of Audio Pills getting copyright struck was the foundation for this entire argument. The problem was the foundation was not accurate from the start. So then he went on a tangent about something that could be very accurate, which is Teenage Engineering's end user agreement stuff, right? Their copywriting, whatever use agreement they have. Every company has one. And he said, this is problematic. I think this is a problem. I think, we shouldn't, this end user terms looks different than other end user terms. That was all fine. But it was because it came off a foundation of something incorrect. And the passion was so much in the video. I mean, the video was 20 plus minutes long.
Oh, okay.
I could make a 20 plus minute long video about
that's totally
how.
So if Dots saw the video, it says, to me, it seemed like he hated Teenage Engineering and then jumped on it. Non-intentional, but very misguided. It should have stayed in drafts. Got it. Yes.
And I saw your comment, If Dots, on the Scott Synth stuff video. I saw, and it was weird. I think you can comment, please. You said you knew the reason, and you said it was not for the reason Scott said. And people to you were already like responding back like, F Teenage Engineering, like it doesn't matter. And I'm just like, this is weird. So maybe you can say, but it felt like I saw maybe some replies to you getting pushback, even though you knew the correct answer. Scott's a pilot. He should stick to making more of those videos.
Dang.
Well,
I'm just gonna say this. Why didn't you send me the video? We're gonna talk about.
Oh, my bad. I didn't think you want to sit through. As we're unbothered, sitting through 23 minutes of something you don't care about. It was
23 minutes. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like 23 minutes.
That's a long video.
I've watched Scott's videos before. I don't know what I've watched from him before. I like his passion. Oh, I think I watched his like studio setup before.
Okay.
So I'm rooting. I'm a fan.
Gotcha. Yeah, so yeah, I have like just the context that like, you know, from what you're giving me, but I really wish I'd seen the video. Let's see. Mackie
Yeah.
says, also all this BS about toxic communities, from what I know, it's the off YouTube community he is part of that are being toxic. Okay.
Yeah, he was saying it's the synth community, and I think it goes back to my original thing. If you hang around with if you hang around with people who are talking, sharing memes, talking crap about gear, right? Even if it's not directed at a person, the idea that those people are better, like they're above doing it to a person when the time comes, I just think you're in the wrong place. If Dot said, just so I get this, I edited my comment after finding out the correct answer. It was wrong at first. I said something provisional. I can go into comment history if you want. The comments still being accessible is how I know. Yeah, the video is private and not deleted right now. Well, how am I going to say this? I don't think he would delete a video with 100,000 views because I think he has to make... Oh, well, I'll just say this. 100,000 view video in 24 hours probably triggers another good algorithm thing. That video is... I will just assume if it went right, that's probably like a $500 video.
Okay, so this
Or
I
more?
just saw somebody's comment. Analog Weapon says it's performance art as marketing. Thoughts on that? Because I know that's definitely a thing where people kind of like to create viral, you know, moments, and it's part of like it's a very intentional thing. Do you think it was an intentional, like, I'm trying to go viral thing? What do you think?
I don't even...
Well, I mean, it's kind of like a weird thing. Like, do you? I guess let me rephrase that. Do you think the level of anger was? Do you think it was like his real honest thoughts, or was it exaggerated to provoke the type of response that he's getting now? If that makes sense. Does he really like? Was, you know?
I guess also, it's saying I think Scott was legit upset and fed up. Does anyone... I have a question. Does anyone know if Scott owns something from Teenage Engineering? Because I kind of, based on, I feel like maybe his original studio tour, he doesn't actually own anything from Teenage Engineering. Mm-hmm. So, okay. I don't know how to say this, but maybe, oh God, I don't even want to... Hey, Scott, if you watch this, I'm just assuming, okay? If I'll put it like this, you know what I don't own? Any Teenage Engineering stuff. You guess what I can't do? A video about anything related to Teenage Engineering, okay? The only time I ever made a Behringer video was when the Behringer Model D was announced, and it was a big deal, people going back and forth about clones and whatnot. So I made a kind of a thought piece video. The only other time I made a video about a Behringer thing was when I bought and owned the Model D.
Okay.
I have no reason to make videos about things I shouldn't be talking about.
The chat agrees that he seemed very genuine in the video. It wasn't... Viral Beat says maybe it backfired if that is the case, but everyone's saying that like he really meant like what he was saying. Like, he wasn't necessarily trying to like be like a, you know, like, oh, I'm doing this for views or whatever. Cool Doug Love says, I don't think it was intentional. I think he's a guy that likes big workstation keyboards. I think he was always going to dislike what Teenage Engineering does. Music Production says, nah, Scott is a good guy. He was trying to look out. Okay. Hey, Ben.
Hey, Ben, what's up? You going to NAMM?
Go to NAMM. Wait, are you going?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Yay! Yay! Round of applause.
No, that's not to you. That's to whoever put the push 3 music production. If everyone used a
if
push 3
everyone
log.
just used the push 3, we'd all just get along. I agree.
Oh wait, hold on.
That's my best friend.
Ben Jordan in the chat. Let's go.
Oh, going to NAMM. Cool. We have to figure out what day we're gonna go.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Sanjay and his wife texted me the other day, and I effed up and didn't text them back. Sanjay, no, Darty, watch this stream, and this is my apology for being horrible at texting
Darty's
back.
awesome.
Awesome. Okay, so Ben's going to NAMM, so I'll see you there. Also, yeah. No, we're not booing.
Are we booing going to NAMM? That's what it sounded like. No. Like you're booing the fact that you're going. Something.
Something. What's going on? I love to see y'all here.
Oh, happy birthday, by the way. I saw that.
No, I was going to say it.
I was gonna go on your stream, but I was busy. But I saw that you were live, and I wanted to go on and say happy birthday, but I didn't get to. So shout out to something.
Yeah, I wanted to make it look like I care. Let's see. Yeah, I was gonna ask. I'm not gonna. I have a hit on it. I wouldn't go to NAMM if I were you. Not this year. Oh yeah, the Bukla event is. I guess the Bukla event's more fun.
Dude, if it doesn't, hold on. NAMM's like in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Hopefully, California's not burning.
No, it's not close. It'll be fine. I don't know, Ben. If you talk to Jeremy, you know if Jeremy's going to NAMM. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, Weaver does have ops for sure. Sorry, I'm my homie's son. Oh, okay. Let's go. Go Notre Dame. I love Notre Dame. Oh, Jeremy's not. Okay. Well, then it'll just be us then, Ben.
It'll just be the few. Good night, Weaver.
See ya. Yeah, get off that phone. No, Notre Dame. Oh, also, I wanted to say as a tip, I haven't had for my YouTube people, I haven't had that YouTube, that YouTube Studio app, Autumn.
Oh yes.
I haven't had that on my phone in 2 years, people, and I think.
Oh my gosh.
I think my videos have been the best in the last 2 years, even though there's very few of them. I think they've all been made out of passion or a story to tell. I haven't put myself in a thumbnail. My goal was not to put myself in a thumbnail, YouTube thumbnail, for like 2 years.
Oh, that's such a great goal. I mean, I know technically you do better when a face is in the thumbnail, but I would love to not have my face in a thumbnail.
I literally was like this. I want to do everything anti-YouTube, right?
Like not what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, and see how it's just see what happens.
Just do what you want to do, right?
Yeah, I still do just as I always did. So, yeah. Yeah. I saw Georgia has some crazy cold weather right now, Autumn.
Ooh, okay. That is.
Prayers for the homeless.
The
and
weather is just insane, man.
Atlanta right now.
Yeah.
That's gonna be crazy.
That cute dog in the profile pic, by the way.
I know that's a good profile picture. Oh, what was I gonna say? Don't use the YouTube Studio app, everyone. Like, if you are a YouTube person, just like the comments should be when you are ready to view the comments, not because everyone uses YouTube. Like Autumn. Like, I use YouTube just to have fun. I couldn't believe I went so long with having a YouTube channel with, I'm getting dozens of comments a day, but it's within my, I'm trying to have a personal space thing. They're just showing up in the little bell. And I'm someone could hit you with a negative comment at any point in the day.
In the day. Wait, does YouTube, because I have a YouTube Studio on my app, but I don't think I get notifications.
Well, I've turned everything off. Like I still will reply to comments sometimes, like, but that's when I
Right.
go onto the computer.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, so it's kind of
know.
just a way to just separate your online life
Yeah.
from IRL,
Yeah.
essentially.
Like I'm trying to watch funny videos on
No,
my
for
phone.
sure. Ben Jordan says, yeah, I literally have all notifications disabled on my phone. Even
Yeah.
like text messages? Not text messages, right?
I have some text messages, but I mean, like any app,
sometimes
yeah.
I wish I could just like, oh, even text messages. Impressive. Very impressive.
Yeah, that's the way to
Everyone's
go. I mean, I think
That's so true.
that's funny, but that's the way to go, I think.
That's pretty cool. Even
Jillian.
calls? Wow. Okay, Mouse Culture says, I don't like having any red alerts on anything, even unread emails. Some people just keep them all on, like when the
Yeah.
smoke detector won't stop beeping in their house. Oh, gosh.
That's funny.
Still trying to figure out how to delete the phone app. Oh, my goodness. I'm telling you guys, get that app. What is it called? Blank Space.
Is your phone still dumb, Autumn?
It's
You still going
dumb.
strong?
It's still a dumb phone. Let me show you guys the dumbness of my phone.
I love it. I love it. Let's go.
So dumb. I just realized I still have DoorDash on there, but I don't use DoorDash anymore.
I know. She doesn't need it, guys. I got her one gift card. She's good for
That was like a
2025, everybody.
postpartum thing. Oh yeah, you gotta talk. Shout out
Let's
to
get that
Noir for hooking it up with a Taco Bell gift card.
For all of Autumn's hard work, she deserves
Yeah.
to get the mud butt one time on me.
Okay, I'm just
The whole
happy.
family.
I just don't want to do door. Oh, I thought the prepaid joint from sale. Dude, my DoorDash got stolen, so I don't do DoorDash anymore.
Affirm that.
DoorDash.
Yeah, if you could do that.
You could have. Can you imagine affirming DoorDash? Two.
Oh my
companies
goodness!
that
Let me.
If,
There's
if
no
they hit
way.
us up, maybe we'd take the sponsorship.
Let's see. No way.
Uh,
No, you
are we still
can.
doing affirm
You
jokes?
You can. There's afterpay. There's afterpay on
But
DoorDash.
what did you do? Oh wait, there is afterpay.
There's afterpay on DoorDash.
Oh man,
Oh my gosh.
no! Don't even think about it. Don't even think about
That's crazy.
it. DoorDash delivers to the Blair Witch Woods.
Oh my goodness.
I'm in the Blair Witch Woods, you guys.
That's crazy.
Oh man.
That's crazy. Well, anyway, any closing positive thoughts about how to be unbothered as a consumer and creator in Synth YouTube, Autumn?
Yeah, I think turning off notifications. If you're a creator, if you're doing that stuff. But I would kind of add to that how to be unbothered, but also focused and like doing what you want to do. Utilize the time constraints thing. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard of the Pomodoro method, but I believe it's 20, 25 minutes of just focused time doing whatever it is that you want to do. So, everybody has 20 to 25 minutes a day. So you could utilize that and just be like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to watch YouTube. I'm not going to open the YouTube app. I'm not going to, open up X or whatever. I'm just going to focus on this. And before you know it, 25 minutes turns into, 2 hours. So the more you know.
There you go. Just be positive, guys. Hit last things from everyone. Just don't emotionally invest.
That's
It's
a good
just
one.
gear. Behringer doesn't like you. Teenage Engineering doesn't like you. Korg, they don't care. It's just stuff. It's just gear, people.
It's just gear, yes.
Come on, people.
It's just gear.
Less
and my-
YouTube.
And my camera has skin smoother. My skin's not actually smooth like this, you guys. I'm pretty sure it's built into the GoPro or something in the settings.
It's just maybe it's Maybelline.
I'm never using the camera again.
Analog Weapon says how to be unbothered as a consumer, consume less, and do more creative things. Stop.
Exactly. But again, part of that is actually being intentional about it and carving out time for that. There is this little book that I've really enjoyed. It's called shoot, I don't even remember the name of it. It's the Productivity Journal. It's not a book. It's a little journal, and it kind of incorporates the Pomodoro method, and you write down the most important task of the day and like other important tasks, and then at the end of the day, you kind of rate your productivity. It's pretty cool. I think it's called the Productivity Journal.
Nice.
Check it out. I think you guys would really like it. It's pretty cheap too.
Yeah, create more. Worry less. There's so many real things to worry about. It almost flabbergasts me that people are that hardcore about.
I know.
Things like synths and camera gear. All these people. And last thing I'll just say, Ben Jordan says, I do a briefly monthly audit of things like views, subs, comments. I don't really look at it outside of that. Yeah, you just shouldn't. I mean, you could do whatever you want, but if you use YouTube the way the most super obsessive people do, it will be the double-edged sword. So yeah, I always think if you truly don't care, or you truly think something's toxic, or you hate it, you wouldn't tell everyone you hate it. You would just exit stage left of anything. That's just how I don't think I complain to Autumn a lot.
No, I mean, that's so true. I mean, if I hate something, I don't know. I just don't think too much of it. But I don't even think I hate anything. Like, I'm like, there's things that I just don't care about,
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, I don't like that. Okay. Never think about it again.
Yeah. Just feels like you're getting your arm twisted, and instead of telling the person like stop and pulling your arm away, you're just like, dude, this is really hurting. This is really hurting.
Yeah.
It's just like some part of you must want it to hurt, or the attention of it hurting. A normal person would just
I guess you're right.
take the arm away.
Like, when people film themselves.
Yes. Crying.
Yes. Like, there's a difference, like, when you're, like, it comes out, like, I don't know. There's some people that, like, it's fine, but there's other people that are, like, like, full on, like, going, like, crazy. It's like,
yeah, you're getting something from it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Anyways, next week we'll back to regularly scheduled programming, unless anyone also randomly quits YouTube in the next 7 days. And if we do, we won't care again. But we'll see you guys next week. We're trying to think of an outro, but we don't have one yet.
We need to figure out an outro for sure. We'll figure it out.
From Autumn and Noir. Dang, saluting feels so weird. Yeah, it's just a peace sign or something. Goodness gracious. Saluting felt, for some reason,